The only 5 exercises men over 40 need to gain muscle mass. As we age, our body goes through certain changes, and those who don't know how to adapt their training to these changes, unfortunately, end up seeing their results stagnate, no matter how hard they train. The truth is that after a certain age, it's about training intelligently. You want movements that are stable, train the target muscles to the maximum, preserve joints that no longer have the same resilience, and obviously, minimize fatigue. That's why today, you'll see the only 5 exercises men over 40 need, based on fundamental movement patterns. These ensure that we work each major muscle group effectively and intelligently, not just lifting weights for the sake of lifting. Before we begin, tell me in the comments your name and how long you've been training. Let's first understand what changes in the male body after 40 years. Change number 1, hormonal reduction. As men pass 40, one of the most significant changes that directly affects muscle gain is the reduction in hormone levels. From 30 to 40 years, testosterone levels naturally begin to decline about 1 to 2% per year. This isn't just an abstract number, it has real consequences in your daily life, and especially in your gym results. This hormonal reduction results in greater difficulty gaining and maintaining muscle mass. You might be following the same workout that worked in your 30s, but now the results simply don't appear at the same speed. Your body also tends to accumulate more body fat, especially in the abdominal region, creating that famous gentleman's belly that so many men face in middle age. Additionally, you probably notice a reduction in libido and overall energy. That willingness you had to face intense workouts after a full day of work is no longer the same. Recovery between workouts also becomes slower, causing the muscles to need more time to rebuild. Another important point is the possible decrease in bone density, which increases the risk of injuries during exercise. Change number 2, reduced recovery capacity. Another crucial change affecting men after 40 is the significant reduction in recovery capacity. The body simply doesn't recover as quickly as before. Remember when you could train intensely several consecutive days without problems? Now the reality is different. Joint pain becomes more frequent, especially in the knees, shoulders, and lower back. That discomfort that used to pass in a day can now persist for weeks. Injuries, when they occur, take longer to heal completely, potentially keeping you away from training for extended periods. There is an evident need for more rest days between intense workouts. Insisting on the same volume and frequency of workouts from your youth usually leads to stagnation and frustration. The risk of injuries from overtraining or poor execution also increases considerably, as tendons and ligaments lose some of their elasticity. Chronic inflammation tends to increase at this stage of life, affecting not only muscle recovery, but also overall health. Sleep, a fundamental element for recovery, can become less restorative, with more interruptions during the night and lower quality. Change number 3, changes in metabolism and body composition. The third major change that affects men over 40 relates directly to metabolism and body composition. Basal metabolism decreases significantly, reducing the number of calories your body naturally burns at rest. There is a natural loss of muscle mass, known as sarcopenia, which reaches approximately 3 to 8% per decade after 30. If you're not training properly, you can lose about 6 to 11 pounds of muscle every 10 years, a deficit that becomes more difficult to recover as age advances. Fat gain becomes easier, even maintaining the same diet that worked before. What was once an occasional pizza without consequences now quickly reflects on the scale. With a slower metabolism burning fewer calories at rest, the margin for error in nutrition decreases considerably. Another important change is the redistribution of body fat, which becomes more concentrated in the abdomen, increasing cardiovascular health risks. There is also less sensitivity to insulin, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and making muscle building even more difficult. Now that you know the 3 main changes, let's move to the exercises necessary to stay strong and muscular after 40. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you progress with long-term health in the world of bodybuilding. Exercise number 1, lat pull-down. The lat pull-down is a fundamental exercise for men over 40 for several reasons. The benefits of this movement are particularly important for those seeking to maintain or increase muscle mass at this stage of life. This exercise strengthens the entire posterior region of the trunk, contributing significantly to that desirable V shape, where the shoulders are wider than the waist. This form isn't just aesthetically attractive but also functional, as it strengthens posture and prevents common middle-age problems, like back pain caused by long hours of sitting. For men over 40, the lat pull-down offers an additional advantage. It's a guided movement that allows working with significant loads with less risk of injury compared to free exercises like pull-ups. This is crucial when recovery is no longer as efficient as before. The lat pull-down primarily works the latissimus dorsi, the broadest muscle of the back that creates that visual width. It also intensely recruits the rhomboids, trapezius, teres major, biceps, and even the forearm muscles. For men with declining testosterone levels, working large muscle groups like these stimulates greater hormonal production. To properly execute the lat pull-down, sit in the machine with your knees fixed under the pads. Hold the bar with a wide grip, a little beyond shoulder width. Keep your chest up and spine slightly arched. Start the movement with arms extended and, while exhaling, pull the bar toward your chest, bringing your elbows back and contracting your shoulder blades. Take a brief pause in the contracted position, feeling the tension in your back, and slowly return to the starting position. The main errors to avoid include using body momentum to move the weight, excessively curving the spine forward, or pulling the bar to the neck instead of the chest. Another common mistake is keeping the shoulders elevated during the exercise, which decreases latissimus dorsi recruitment and overloads the upper trapezius. Exercise number 2. Incline dumbbell bench press. The incline dumbbell bench press is an exceptional exercise for men over 40 for several important reasons. The benefits are especially relevant for this age group, where safety and effectiveness need to go hand in hand. For men over 40, developing and maintaining chest mass becomes more challenging due to natural hormonal reduction. The incline dumbbell bench press directly targets the upper pectoral, an area that tends to lose tone more quickly with age, creating that drooping chest appearance that many men face. A well-developed chest not only contributes to male aesthetics, but also improves posture and functional strength for everyday activities. This exercise primarily works the upper pectoral, often neglected in conventional workouts. It also recruits the middle pectoral, anterior deltoids, and triceps as secondary muscles. For men over 40 concerned with aesthetics, the balanced development of these regions creates a more youthful and athletic appearance. To execute correctly, lie on a bench inclined at approximately 30 degrees. Hold a dumbbell in each hand with arms extended above the chest, palms facing forward. Slowly lower the dumbbells until they come close to the sides of your chest, keeping the elbows at approximately a 45-degree angle relative to the trunk. Make a small pause at the lowest point, feeling the stretch in the pectoral, and then push the dumbbells back to the starting position, contracting the chest. You'll know you're executing correctly when you feel a controlled tension in the upper pectoral throughout the movement, without discomfort in the shoulders. Your elbows should form an angle of approximately 45 degrees, with the trunk in the lowest position, and you should feel the pectoral actively contracting during the lifting phase. The main errors to avoid include using a bench with too steep an incline, bringing the elbows too close to the body or spreading them excessively. Another common error is not lowering the dumbbells enough, reducing the range of motion and the benefits of the movement. Exercise number 3, Bulgarian split squat. The Bulgarian split squat is an extraordinary exercise for men over 40 for its unique combination of benefits. For those who have passed the 40-year mark, this exercise offers especially important advantages. One of the main benefits for men in this age group is the ability to effectively stimulate the leg muscles without the excessive load on the spine that occurs in traditional squats. This is fundamental when bone density naturally begins to decrease. Additionally, the unilateral training of this exercise helps correct imbalances between the legs that tend to worsen with age, reducing the risk of injuries during everyday and sporting activities. The Bulgarian split squat primarily works the quadriceps, gluteus maximus, and hamstrings. It also intensely recruits stabilizing muscles such as adductors, abductors, and core. For men with decreasing testosterone levels, exercises that recruit large muscle groups like this are particularly beneficial as they stimulate greater hormonal release. To execute correctly, position yourself standing approximately 24 inches in front of a bench. Place the top of one foot on the bench behind you. Keep your trunk upright and descend in a controlled manner, flexing the knee of the front leg until the thigh is almost parallel to the ground. The leg supported on the bench should flex naturally. Push through the heel of the front leg to return to the starting position. You'll know you're executing correctly when you feel the weight distributed mainly in the heel of the front leg, can maintain an upright trunk throughout the movement, and feel a controlled tension in the thigh and gluteal muscles. The movement should be stable, without excessive lateral oscillations. The main errors to avoid include projecting the knee too far forward beyond the toe, allowing the knee to collapse inward during the descent, or letting the trunk fall forward. A very common error is not descending enough due to fear or imbalance, significantly diminishing the benefits. Exercise number 4, shoulder press. The shoulder press is a fundamental exercise for men over 40 for several important reasons. For those who have passed this age mark, well-developed shoulders are not just an aesthetic matter, but also functional. One of the main benefits for men in this age group is maintaining shoulder mobility, which tends to decrease with passing years. Strong deltoids also contribute to better posture, combating the pattern of shoulders hunched forward that many men develop after decades of seated work. Additionally, well-developed shoulders create a visual impression of youth and vitality, counterbalancing the natural tendency of fat accumulation in the central region of the body. The shoulder press primarily works the anterior deltoid, with significant activation of the lateral portion, and to a lesser degree, the posterior. It also recruits the trapezius and scapular stabilizing muscles, as well as the triceps as assistants. By working these muscles in an integrated manner, it becomes one of the most complete exercises for shoulders. To execute correctly, sit on a bench with a backrest or stand with erect posture. Hold dumbbells, or a bar at shoulder height with palms facing forward. Keep the core contracted and push the weight up until arms are extended above the head. But, and here's the golden tip, never fully extend the elbows. Always maintain a slight bend, because at the point of full extension, you're supporting the dumbbells with the triceps, therefore removing tension from the shoulder. Return slowly to the starting position. You'll know you're executing correctly when you feel the tension concentrated in the deltoids and not in the neck or upper trapezius. The movement should be fluid, without impulses, and your shoulders should not elevate toward your ears during execution. The main errors to avoid include excessively arching the back during the movement, only partially lifting the weight, or the most serious, performing the exercise with the bar or dumbbells behind the head. Never do this variation, as it potentiates injury risks to an astronomical level, especially for men over 40 whose shoulder mobility may be compromised. Exercise number 5, deadlift. The deadlift is possibly the most important exercise for men over 40 who want to maximize their muscle gains. The benefits of this movement are particularly valuable to counterbalance the changes that occur in the male body at this stage of life. For men over 40, the deadlift offers a powerful hormonal stimulus, increasing the natural production of testosterone and growth hormone. This is crucial when hormone levels naturally begin to decline, affecting the ability to gain and maintain muscle mass. A single well-executed deadlift workout can temporarily elevate your hormone levels, creating a more favorable environment for muscle growth. This exercise works practically all the major muscle groups of the body: spinal erectors, glutes, hamstrings, quadriceps, trapezius, rhomboids, and even the forearms are strongly recruited. When we talk about workout economy, no exercise compares to the deadlift in terms of total muscle recruitment. To execute correctly, position yourself with feet hip-width apart, with the bar over the middle of your feet. Bend your knees and hips, maintaining the spine in a neutral position. Grip the bar with hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Keep your chest up, shoulders back, and begin the movement by pushing the ground with your feet, first extending the knees and then the hip. Keep the bar close to your body throughout the ascent. At the top of the movement, stand completely erect, contracting glutes and core. Return to the starting position by reversing the movement. First, flex the hip, then the knees. You'll know you're executing correctly when you feel the weight distributed in your heels, the tension mainly in the hamstrings and glutes during the ascent, and when you can maintain a neutral spine from beginning to end. The movement should look like a hinge, with the hip being the pivot point. The main errors to avoid include rounding the spine during any phase of the movement, trying to lift with the arms instead of using the legs and hip, letting the bar move away from the body, or excessively hyperextending the spine at the top of the movement. A common technical error is starting the movement with the hips too high, transforming it into a stiff deadlift and overloading the lower back. Now let's move to the bonus exercise that perfectly complements the main 5. Bonus exercise: plank. The plank is an apparently simple exercise, but incredibly effective, especially for men over 40. The benefits are multiple and directly relevant to the specific needs of this age group. For men over 40, a strong core isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The plank strengthens the center of the body in a functional way, significantly improving lumbar spine stability. This is crucial when lower back pain begins to become more frequent with age. Additionally, a strong core acts as an internal armor that protects your vital organs and decreases the risk of injuries during other exercises or daily activities. We also can't ignore the aesthetic appeal of a defined abdomen, a common goal among men of all ages. The plank contributes to the toning of the abdominal region, especially when combined with proper nutrition for body fat reduction. For men over 40 who naturally tend to accumulate more fat in the central region, this benefit is particularly relevant. The plank simultaneously works various muscle groups: rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, internal and external obliques, spinal erectors, glutes, and even shoulders and pectorals to a lesser degree. It's a true muscle integration exercise that strengthens the entire power center of the body. To execute correctly, lie face down and support yourself on your forearms and the tips of your toes, keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. Your elbows should be directly below your shoulders. Contract your abdomen as if you were preparing to receive a punch and squeeze your glutes. Keep your neck neutral, looking at the floor, and breathe normally throughout the execution. You'll know you're executing correctly when you feel a constant tension in the core, can maintain stable breathing, and notice that your body forms a straight line when viewed from the side. There should be no pain in the lower back. If there is, it indicates that you're allowing the hip to drop or are excessively arching your back. The main errors to avoid include elevating the hip, letting the abdomen sink toward the floor, or raising the shoulders toward the ears. Another common error is holding your breath, which unnecessarily increases intra-abdominal pressure. If you like this, and also want to discover the 10 reactions your body has when taking 5 grams of creatine every day, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.